Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
हमारे कार्यक्रम पेश किए जाते कई भाषाओं में कृपया देखें suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Grecia accepted the artificial beak made of special nylon, and he has become a happy bird. He shook off his depression and quickly learned to use his new beak to bathe, eat, and preen himself. Please continue watching to find out more.
Ayanchu means "how are you" in Quechua, one of the indigenous and official languages of Bolivia. Superb viewers, I am Arturo, a vegan toco toucan. I live in the serene Aquicuana Municipal Reserve in northern Bolivia. The animals and people of my splendid land pray that your positivity brings joy to the lives of others. Welcome to 3D printing technology, working wonders for animals, part 1 of 2. "3D printing, also known as additive manufacturing, is a process that builds 3D objects by layering materials one by one from a digital file. Compared to conventional manufacturing, including injection molding and subtractive production, 3D printing is more cost-effective as it doesn't require expensive molds. It also uses less material, energy, and labor, generates less waste, and is faster for both production and revision. These advantages of 3D printing technologies have attracted enormous interest, which has led to rapid developments, affordable solutions, and innovative applications in the 2010s. These days, 3D printing is used in many fields, including art and jewelry, education, manufacturing, and medicine. One of the most exciting and game-changing 3D printing application fields is veterinary medicine. Before the arrival of 3D printing, animals diagnosed with certain malignant diseases and serious injuries had no hope for a quality life. For humans, there has been a long history of developing implants and prostheses, but when it comes to animals, the experience of producing and fitting implants and prostheses is lacking. The time and cost involved have also proved prohibitive, and all too often, the implants would not fit correctly, thus requiring immediate adjustments, causing prolonged operation durations and higher surgical risks. Thanks to 3D printing technologies, these animals now have a much greater chance of living an extended and healthy life. Here are some inspiring examples of 3D printing applications in veterinary medicine. In December 2014, a young male chestnut mandible toucan named Grecia in Costa Rica was a tragic victim of animal abuse and lost the upper half of his beautiful beak. After he was discovered by locals, he was sent to the nonprofit Rescate Wildlife Rescue Center for care. After seeing Grecia's poor condition, the center's caretaker, Ronald Cibaja, was determined to save his life. Since a toucan's beak is used for preening, feeding, herding, and regulating body temperature, Grecia needed a prosthetic beak to survive. The rescue soon drew widespread media attention, and kind people from all over the world donated thousands of dollars to help. A special task force consisting of specialists in industrial design, dentistry, nanotechnology, and zoology from Costa Rica and abroad was set up to build a new 3D printed prosthetic beak for Grecia. This was a very challenging job. A toucan's beak is a masterpiece of nature composed of foamy cancellous bone fibers filled with spongy keratin, making it both light and strong. Therefore, the prosthetic beak had to be lightweight, heavy-duty, and able to guarantee thermal regulation. Since young Grecia was still growing, the artificial beak had to be easy to clean and removable for regular maintenance and adjustments. Thankfully, the team managed to overcome the hurdles. To collect the necessary data to build the perfect 3D digital model, comprehensive 3D scans were taken of Grecia's lower beak and the remaining part of the upper beak. Fortunately, Grecia was very calm and cooperative throughout the whole process. Next, designers tested different materials and layouts to ensure excellent functioning and fitting without hurting the stump. Finally, the printing was done on a selective laser sintering, or SLS 3D printer that has the precision to produce aerospace and medical device parts. The team decided not to color the prosthetic beak as a reminder of Grecia's suffering and recovery. Grecia accepted the artificial beak made of special nylon, and he has become a happy bird. He shook off his depression and quickly learned to use his new beak to bathe, eat, and preen himself. He even started to sing after a few days. Thanks to the miraculous 3D printing technologies, Grecia was given a second chance to live and is now a permanent resident of the center. Noble viewers, we'll pause now for an informative message. When we return, we'll introduce more heartwarming stories about 3D printing done to benefit animals. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to 3D Printing Technology, Working Wonders for Animals, Part 1 of 2. In July 2019, Lorraine Young noticed her beloved Andy, a 7-year-old dachshund, was unable to walk on all 4 legs. Lorraine promptly took him to the St. Francis Veterinary Center in Woolwich Township, New Jersey, USA. She discovered that Andy was suffering from intervertebral disc disease, a condition that can cause life-threatening spinal compression and is known to affect dogs with long bodies and short legs. The doctors told Lorraine that Andy needed emergency spinal surgery to prevent permanent damage, but the complicated procedure required absolute precision, and since a computed tomography or CT scan only provides a 2D perspective, the doctors would have to imagine the spine's 3 dimensions, making the operation's success much less certain. Fortunately, the veterinary center had just become part of a pilot program developed by Thomas Jefferson University's Health Design Lab, and Andy became the first canine patient with this disease to benefit from 3D printing technology. The veterinary team created an exact 3D printed replica of Andy's spine from his CT scan images. As the 3D model could bend and move like Andy's actual spine, doctors could examine it and decide how to proceed during the operation. The chief vet, Dr. Mark Magasu, said, "It not only helped me know where it began, but it helped me know the direction of where all the material and the damage was. So by having the 3D rendering, I knew exactly where to go in the surgery." Andy's operation and recovery went very well. When Lorraine went to visit him with some family members a few days after the procedure, Andy ran to them, wobbly, but wagging his tail and giving kisses to everyone's delight. In October 2018, a woman spotted Dimka, meaning mist in Russian, a 4-year-old female gray cat on the streets of Novokuznetsk, Siberia in Russia, and brought her to the best veterinary clinic. Dimka was in very bad shape. Exposed to the harsh Siberian winter for too long, she suffered severe frostbite and sadly lost all 4 paws, 2 ears, and her tail. To help Dimka live on, the chief vet, Dr. Sergei Gorshkov, worked with engineers and researchers from the Tomsk Polytechnic University to create prosthesis paws. The team used CT scans of Dimka's legs to create a digital model and 3D printed her custom-fitted titanium rods. To minimize the risk of infection and implant rejection, the scientists applied a coating of calcium phosphate at the ends of the rods, allowing them to be fused into her leg bones through the microarc oxidation process. The paw part of the prosthesis was made of a flexible material with textured bottoms so Dimka could walk and jump easily. 7 months after her surgeries, Dimka was able to walk, run, play, and even make it up and down the stairs of her new home. She is now leading a full life, happily adopted by the kind woman who had found her in the snow. In 2017, a 4-month-old Staffordshire Bull Terrier called Loka was severely injured by another dog. Her cheekbone and jawbone were fractured, the temporomandibular joint, or TMJ, was impaired, and the pup suffered puncture wounds to her face and neck. She was taken to the University of California, Davis School of Veterinary Medicine in Davis, California, USA for emergency surgery. Due to the limitations of applying internal fixes after surgery, the oral surgeons worked with the biomedical engineering department students to develop a 3D printed exoskeleton cast to speed up Loka's recovery. Based on Loka's facial CT scans, the ExoK9 exoskeleton mask was fitted perfectly to her head. After the operation to remove bone fragments, Loka received her custom-made mask the next morning and became the first canine patient to try the ExoK9. The exoskeleton helped with the stabilization of Loka's fractures, and she recovered remarkably well. The UC Davis team expects that the ExoK9 exoskeleton will aid more dogs with maxillofacial injuries in the future. That's all the time we have for now, but please join us again on Friday, November 13th for 3D printing technology, Working Wonders for Animals, Part 2 of 2. For more uplifting stories on how this science is saving your animal friends. Noble viewers, Thank you for your company today on our program. May we all open our hearts to God's gentle guidance that directs us along the right path.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AW.